hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. Toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head, get you out of my head again.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Pulls a coin in the eye, seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of two clouds. So tell me the storm is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you anyway. I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks, I'll beat it down. I crossed the line just to take you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I drown with a child's play in the rain. I feel like I'm fading.
Please note.
Hi, I'm the RDR live sketch that was too hot for TV. Debbie, go down on her. Jose Gonzalez.
And it's better to be a piggy bottom than a piggy top. Auntie Collins.
Yes, and you guys are watching the Mother Tuck and Post show where we are recapping RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. Collins, it's probably our least favorite challenge of the week, but I mean,
know.
at least we have fun people in the chat. Hi, Bobby. I'm looking forward to seeing you later tonight on the Royal Rumble Post show. Hello, Michael. But y'all, when I tell you this week is the epitome of go on, girl, give us nothing when it comes to Drag Race challenges.
It's like not even like on the scale of being like a fart in church. It's not even like, oh, it's just a little bit awkward because some of these queens don't know how to do sketch comedy. Did anybody understand the challenge?
I mean, I will go out on the record and say that of all the challenges in like recent Drag Race memory, the one that I always thought should have been a one and done was RDR Live. It wasn't good on All Stars 8. It wasn't good on season 16. It was marginally better this season, and that's the most positive way I could put it. And it is
Oh
what
my
it is.
gosh. There it is what it is. That's my little niece. Hello.
Yes. Auntie
Hello,
Collins
niece.
is not just a moniker, it's a way of
I
life.
know. It's a lifestyle beach.
Yes. But before we even get into any of the craziness, how was your week? Because it's been a week.
This is the first time I put on makeup since last Saturday because the literal next day my face was swollen.
Oh gosh.
And I posted a picture on all my social medias of being like, this is how, because remember I was like, I'm a little bit under the weather. I didn't know if it was because I had too many, wines with Low from Wrestling Wine Down. But let me tell you, it was like my sinuses were inflamed, my eye bag circles. I looked like I had a black eye. It was so bad this week. So I'm on the road to recovery. I was on Dayquil for a little bit. I was on a podcast this week too.
You're on a couple podcasts this week.
On Dayquil that I just felt like, with a mixture of my ring light and like everything, I just felt delusional. How was your
Were you
week?
delusional enough to enjoy Ring of Honor?
I'm delusional enough that I've watched 101 episodes of Ring of Honor in the Tony Khan era and review them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I give
How's your
you
week?
credit. I mean,
The Bills
don't know
lost.
I don't know if it was just obvious things going on in the world that made me unmotivated this
Oh.
week, but like I felt like I was kind of going through the motions. It picked up a little bit. New episode of My Guest at This Time is out now with the incomparable Chris Riddle, a fantastic friend of mine for so long. A great story. You guys should go check that out after this show. But I don't know. I felt like I was just going through the motions, and then I remembered what was to come this weekend, which was a lot of exciting things. So I mean,
Because
I said it
you're
online. This is the first of my triple header streams today. So if you're with me for the long haul, bless your heart. If you are not, I do not blame you. You can pick and choose, or you could just not be a part of it. It is okay. It is your Saturday. But usually with Saturday comes the Mother Tuck and Post Show. We are talking episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race, season 17. And we have to start with it's not unfortunate. Joella sashayed away last week. She did not pull the correct lever. Michelle Visage, drier than the Sahara, something she's all too familiar with.
drier than the Sahara, drier than everyone's vagina, right?
Yeah. I mean, caffeine, Michael, the food. I did receive a $15 tip from our friend who is vindictive to contribute to the Help Yourself Get Through This Day fund. I appreciate it. But, just living the dream, although the nightmare that was Joella in that mattress.
Ella. Although it's the keep that gift that it's the gift that GIF that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Is the glory hole that is Joella.
The problem that I have with it is that on Fashion Photo Review, Raja gave it a toot. And not only did Raja give that a toot, she revoked the shoot that she gave to Crystal Envy, which is a double homicide, if you ask me.
Yeah. Sorry, let me turn off my ring. I don't want anyone coming to my house. Please don't come to my house. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I didn't want it to play. Jesus. See, that's how I felt about it. Okay, but here's the thing. Whenever I watch Raja and on anything, I feel like she's always like, yeah, golden toot, yeah, do everything, and then she just goes, wait a minute, I don't want to stay here. It's like, that's what you're supposed to use it for.
And my favorite part was like Raven's like, can you shoot twice in one episode, like the double entendre? And then Raja, instead of shooting same star, she just makes them both high toots. It's just, which by the way, shoot in this context is good. It's not like wrestling shoot. It's not like Joey Janela and Dylan Bostic.
Allegedly Joey Janela tore his bicep last night as well.
I mean, just like allegedly, this challenge was backed by popular demand.
I want to know by whom. By who? It's like when you watch Family Feud, and it's like 100 people, and it's like, who are these people?
Yeah. And I mean, like, is it really a good answer? Or are you just saying that because you're on TV and you know that's like the thing to do? Like, no. But I mean, before we even get into this week, I mean, we talk about the fact that Ariadne's feeling some type of way for being in the bottom, getting read by Michelle Visage for her makeup. The makeup thing, I could totally understand, like, if that's your trademark and it's been featured positively, like, I wouldn't give two shits about what Michelle has to say in that regard.
Mhm.
Just remember that Bianca Del Rio won season 6, not changing for a fucking thing.
And you know what's funny is I said that on like a Reddit post. I was like, yeah, Bianca did get clocked for the boat neck and
Mhm.
that harsh white line or whatever. And she said, no, this is what makes me money.
Yeah.
She made a cocaine joke, which was funny. But
I mean, either way, she was making that money for like almost 2 decades before Drag Race. She's still making it now after touring the fucking world. Arguably the greatest insult comic on the face of the earth next to Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
Yeah.
That's mainly because the other ones died. So.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Right.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have Ariadne definitely feeling plucked. I've noticed like as the weeks go by, she's just getting more and more. I don't want to say, no, I do want to say bitter. Like it's not even like a delusional sense of bitterness. It's just like it's an entitlement.
Yeah, I think no one has pegged her down a size, right? No one has ever been like, you're not as great as you are. And that also I think is the demise of the show, is that everybody after the live episode, no one thought that they did bad. Imagine living in that delusion.
I mean, there's a first time for everything. But also a first time for everything is probably the thing that sticks with me the most is when it's the new day in the workroom. We have what might be a new segment moving forward on this show, courtesy of one Jewel Sparkles, the Piggy of the Week. So in the words of Jewel Sparkles, the Piggy of the Week is the one who kept eating so hard the week prior. So just, it's a good thing. It's a double entendre. Collins, who was your Piggy of the Week for last week?
The Piggy of the Week, Susie Toots. If we're doing it in a good way, I would say.
Yeah, no, in a good way, like definitely. Susie was one of them. I think I'll still give it a Crystal Envy. Like for that runway alone, that kind of edged her just a little bit more. Challenge wise, I do agree with Susie though.
Yeah.
I mean, Anya was also fantastic. Oh no! I retract. Not to pull Raja. Not to be Raja. It's Anya Nerve. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's the whole pig pen. I'm sorry.
But I like that Susie Toot had taken the criticism of, hey, your makeup, it's making you look, and was like, you know what, I'm going to eat with this, ate with the challenge. I'm not saying that she was better at the challenge than Anya Nerve, because Anya Nerve, so incredible. That runway was incredible, obviously. But I think that Susie Toot is giving her a proper run for her money.
I agree.
So... and honestly, I know that our first episode we talked about who was our front runners. It has changed for me because I thought Lexi was going to be on eaten every week by Little Piggy of the Week every single week.
I mean, this week was not a bad week for Lexi. I mean, we will get into some of the stuff with Lexi this episode. I feel like she's still a good contender. She's just not in the top 3 right now for me. That's not necessarily a bad thing because, I mean, we also still have 12 girls left. We're going to have to see some shit unfold to kind of weed through who's going to be the actual top 3.
Yeah.
I don't think people are holding Lexi in low regard, though. So be that what it will. But what we do hold in low regard is when RuPaul comes into the workroom and announces that this week, again, allegedly back by popular demand, live from Tuckahoe, it's RDR Live, the sketch comedy challenge that no one likes. I'm sorry.
It would have been interesting. Well, I guess they couldn't really mention that SNL is in their 50th season, right? It's their 50th season. So like no crossover, but it's like different networks. So I'm sure that
like
NBC
Paramount and then NBC Universal,
they wouldn't have let that. So
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you could have had stuff harking back to In Living Color, Mad TV, just like some of the sketch comedy that's been defunct. Hell, if you wanted to do an all that, considering you guys have done MTV Spring Break, that's under the Viacom banner.
I didn't know that.
Could you imagine
I
like
didn't
if
know
they
that.
tried to do like a drag race version of all that for a challenge and like they have like them harking back to like kid sketches, but like making them funny for adults?
I got peas on my head. Don't call me pea head.
Like, I want to know who's going to do vital information for your everyday life.
Oh my gosh. But what if like they even brought in though, the previous actors? Because I know that
Give
they
me Lori Beth Denberg on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Fucking queen.
Love her.
God, love her. But yes, no. So RDR Live is announced as the Maxi Challenge for this week. We have our queens tasked with assigning roles in various sketches, which historically is a lot more dramatic than this one was. All things considered, like I was expecting like people to like do like picking straws out of a hat. I wanted people to vote. Like for the most part, people are just like, you know what, you want it that fucking bad, you could have it.
Okay, this is what pissed me off. This is not RuPaul's Best Friends race. This is a competition. You want a specific role, you're reading the synopsis, you're reading whatever, and you go, that's what I identify. None of this like, well, I want it. No, I want it. Let's put it up to a vote. You know who I'm voting for? The person who's going to fail the most. You put it to a vote of your peers on a competition show, I'm voting for your downfall. Both of you.
Yeah. I mean, just like Wes found out in the Traders, voting is usually your downfall. So
I just have to say, the biggest issue with Traders going on at the same time that I'm live for On a Ramble hits my demise because I do have X up on one of my other screens, and I'll just like refresh to kind of like see.
You got to mute it.
I guess I have to mute it because,
to be fair, Astrid and Ella and I have gotten better about putting spoilers in the group chat on X because we understand that, hey, you have a conflict. You're not going to see the episode right away.
You know that if I didn't, I would be right there chatting with y'all. And then by the time I watch it, y'all are asleep.
I mean, I'm a night owl, so chances are if you put something in the group chat and it's like 1 a.m. here, there's a good chance I might be awake to read it, but you never know. But what I do know is there were some choices as to like what people were really fighting for. Like Lana Jarre really fighting hard for the role that she gets in her sketch, which kind of seemed like, girl, you did all that for what?
For what? The blonde bimbo they didn't even do very well?
Yeah, like the whole thing was just like, I mean, we'll get into it, but like the breastplate cannot be the bit in a comedy challenge. Unless you're fucking Jimbo, and that breastplate takes up like quite literally like 6 square feet.
I wish that they had gone full like H cups on her.
Like
little
I want
tiny
your
baby
spine
frame
to be misaligned permanently.
Yeah.
The gag.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it because that first opening monologue.
I mean, but yes, I mean, we are going to get into some of the roles that get assigned. So there are 4 main sketches that we get into, as well as a monologue. So we have first our Neanderthal Town Hall. So this is a prehistoric sketch. We have playing the mayor for that Neanderthal Town Hall, the iconic Anya Nerve. We also have 2 cave women in the sketch being Lana Jarre, that she was actually one of the Homo sapiens in the sketch. Corey King and Ariadne made up the cave women that were supposed to be conservative characters, and ultimately we will discuss. We also get our monologue. Anya Nerve is pulling double duty as the host of RDR Live, as well as competing or participating in the cold open. Historically, last season, Mirage was also supposed to be the host of RDR Live. This is the episode that she went home on, and the girls are quick to remind her about that in the workroom. But honestly, seeing the way that Anya has been the last few weeks, I have no worries about her because she's that charismatic. So
I mean, I was nervous because I think that she would proclaim herself more on the reserve side. So seeing her be, I mean, wanting to be the host and in a role, like that's a lot to carry and you can't slip up. But
I mean, in a game, or I guess it's a game, but in a competition like RuPaul's Drag Race,
Yeah.
You got to sometimes go for the high risk, high reward yielding. So, I mean, that is something
Yeah,
that we will
that's
circle
true.
back to. I mean, we also have the Beaverologist podcast. So, this is a play on the NPR sketch that they usually do on SNL. We have two Beaverologists in Hormona Lisa and Sam Starr, as well as their Australian Jane Goodall type guest host in Jewel Sparkles, which is going to be fun to dissect.
Mhm.
We have our Queer News Network moment. So this is your weekend update. We have our two anchors in Lexi Love and Crystal Envy, as well as a guest playing the role of RuPaul's babysitter from back in the day. We have Miss Susie Toot as Rhonda. And then last but perhaps also least, we have an emergency room sketch harking back to the Golden Girls. So we have Acacia Forgot and this Blanche Devereaux type character, as well as we have the one, the only Lydia Butthole Collins as the Sophia type character. And they are also tasked with working with the guest judge for the week, Paul W. Downs.
Let me just say, these queens telling on themselves, being like, "Oh, I'm not familiar with Golden Girls." Excuse me,
Which
isn't
is a
that
fucking cardinal sin.
Don't let Rue hear that because she'll just eliminate your ass. Like,
It's not even just that. It's quite literally the greatest situation comedy of all time. And you could quote me on that.
Couldn't imagine being part of the queer community and not knowing one of the foundations of our community as a whole is, you know what I mean? Like, that's just like so ingrained in my mind. It's
the Mac Studio fix of gay culture. It's a staple. People often try to imitate it. It doesn't go well.
Mine is right over. Wow, what a read.
Well done, mama.
Stop knowing me.
For the record, before the show, I also clocked what brush Collins was using. So what does that say about me more than her?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
good.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, when it's good, it's good.
I can't cry my little gems off. Sorry.
No. These are happy tears. It's not Thursday.
I know they're not sad tears, but
And it's also not Sunday where wrestling makes you cry.
I'm not talking about wrestling.
I know. You know, that would
Oh.
explain it. But yes, those are the sketches that we are working with this week. Of note, Hormona Lisa was originally going to go for that Sophia type character, but Lydia doubled down saying no, she really wanted it. And she thought that the podcast role would suit Hormona better. I'm going to say subtle foreshadowing. So, I mean, we get
foreshadowing. It's a full 5 o'clock shadowing over here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the thing with this episode for the most part is that it's going to move a bit quicker just because there's not too much like in between we really got to worry about. Of note, I know in the workroom we do also get kind of some conversation as they're getting ready for the runway about like the cliques going on in the workroom where you have people like Lexi Love who consider themselves to be God, what I forgot what the fucking word was. I literally had them. I lost it. The Kumbaya girls.
Kumbaya
Yes.
girls.
Kind of just being the piece in between everything. But also a really interesting tidbit is that we learn a little bit more about what Lexi does in her day-to-day life. So we all thought that she was doing drag full-time in Louisville, but she actually, by day, is an online banking instructor for a big institution. And of note is that it's a remote job that she's still using her past identity before she transitioned to still navigate the corporate world, which shocked the hell out of me. Not only the fact that she's working in such like a big industry like that, but also still having to hide behind who her true identity is in today's day and age, which is eerily timely with things going on in the States right now. Just because you don't see a letter posted somewhere does not make it invalidated. That's all I'm going to say in simple terms.
Amen.
Yeah, no, like, and then you kind of also have the girls like hyping her up saying like, you are like such an iconic figure when it comes to what trans representation looks like. You should not be ashamed to hide behind it. I would love to see if it's something that she's still doing nowadays, especially now that the episode's out, if the institution she's with is aware of it, if anything changes and she still wants to pursue it, that she's able to, but under her own terms. But definitely a poignant piece of conversation that is not lost on me, especially with everything going on. But It's always good to kind of hear a little bit more of the backstories with some of the queens. But before we get into shredding, because we love to shred on this show, we got to talk runways. Category is tickled pink. How do you normally feel about these all one color runways, Collins?
I love a monochromatic thing. I love a monochromatic moment. It's the double entendre for me. It's a lot of pussy talk. You know what I mean? Like, there's one person in here who got, I guess you can have a pink.
Oh yeah.
Dick, but,
that's a different kind of talk. All I can say is when it comes to a runway category like this, where was Thorgy Thor in the pit stop?
I love
We got
pink.
Selena S. Cities, which I'm not mad about, but we quite literally have one of the most iconic keyword phrases in pit stop history being love pink.
Love pink.
It is my absolute favorite. Oh gosh. I mean, also, side note, if you guys want to look up a funny story, look up the story of Thorgy Thor and Bob the Drag Queen on an airplane, because it is a very, very funny story. If you have not seen it from First Impressions, I highly recommend it.
I haven't. Okay, you'll have to send it to me.
Yes, I will send it after the show because it's too funny. But up first, we have On Your Nerve.
Oof. This body.
The padding is padding respectfully.
It is. And you know what I love?
Mhm.
The tights are tighting. You know?
Everything is the same shade. She mentioned that this look was entirely made up of like sneakers and laces. She is laced everywhere. The headpiece is very interesting with the way it hugs her frame. The mug looks good. I kind of wish there was a little bit of hair with this look.
Yeah.
Or like a ponytail would have been like great. Would have gave me very much like Chromatica tees for like Lady Gaga.
That would have been so cool. I mean, even the boots were booting. Like I loved everything about this. I mean, even down to the mug, because I was watching her while painting, in the workroom. And I'm like, what is going on? But this just killed me. This just killed me. And the breastplate, I mean, besides for like the parts in the armpits, that's not where I'm looking. You know? It's so good. The girls
are sitting. On Your Nerve has really like stepped it up after the first couple episodes in regards to like what we're seeing on the runway. So we kind of got like the shits out early and everything else has been a hit. So I mean, nothing to complain about here.
It's a toot. It's a toot for me.
It is a toot. Up next, we have Corey King.
Miss Quinceanera.
My exact words were Sharpay Faith Evans.
Sharpay Faith Evans. It's giving season 3, Alexis Mateo.
Yes.
This was the silhouette that she did for every fucking challenge. This little quinceanera, adorable little mini. No. It just, to me, this also, I'm not mad at it. I think it's executed well, but this was the first time I looked at Corey King and I went, you could do better. Because we know
I agree
how
she
good
could have done better. But considering what she gave us the last couple weeks, it's a vast improvement.
It's incredible. When we opened up the show, she was still in the quilted for your pleasure. And I was like, oh.
It might have been plain Jane's pleasure considering she sabotaged her, but I mean, no, this look, it's fine. It's a pink maxi dress. It's a simple silhouette. The half up, half down hair, like
it's cute.
Side sweat bang. It's cute. It's fine.
I don't
hate it.
It's like a cute little, I have a show at 9. And okay, cool. Get in, get out, whatever. It's not my fave.
Yeah, no, it looks like cute little lip sync number. I'm not mad at it. Up next, we have Ariadne.
Oh,
such a good look.
I wish that she did better in the challenge.
I agree.
Because this would have sent her to the first, like it would have sent her to the top. It's so good. And it's like camp, but it's not camp. You know what I mean? Like it's high fashion, but it's also camp.
Like, I love that it's like very like devilly, dragony. I love that kind of look
Yes.
for her. She didn't
Mhm.
change her makeup, which I don't think she needed to.
Mm-mm.
Like the hair with the pink streaks looks phenomenal. The way it's slicked back. I will say regarding how this week's critiques go, it feels like it's very much more so based in the challenge. Whereas last week it felt like we were kind of splitting hairs aside from hello Astrid. Aside from obviously like the obvious bottoms from last week's challenge, it did come down to runways. So it's kind of nice having a juxtaposition where like you might have a strong runway week and then it comes down to the challenge versus a strong challenge week where it comes down to the runways. It actually feels like this season they're really taking everything into consideration, which is nice to see because it doesn't always happen that way on Drag Race.
Agreed.
Yeah, so far so good, Astrid. Happy Royal Rumble Saturday. It's going to be a busy one for everybody, I'm sure.
I'm just hoping to hosting a party, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hosting a watch party on
Yeah.
Twitch, so
I'll come say hi.
Yes, I appreciate it. But Ariadne, I mean, the runways are not really Ariadne's problem if we get into the crux of things. I mean, this is a great presentation. It ultimately comes down to how you do in the challenge this week, which we will discuss after the runways. But up next, we have Lana Jarre. And literally, I said at the same time as Michelle Visage, Little Ho Peep.
Little for the first time, Lana is not relying on that body. And
No,
I
think
loved it.
Yeah, it's a great silhouette. I don't know if I love this shade of pink for the lighting on the stage. It feels like someone said rose gold. I was getting like pink champagne, like rose kind of vibes. Like it's very much Little Ho Peep has lost her skeet and doesn't know where to find it. So I mean, yeah, I mean the only thing missing, I kind of wish she had like the cane to go.
Yeah,
with it, or, like,
go
maybe a
full
little gingham.
tilt.
I mean, the metallic, it's fine. I feel like the fact that the tights match the top, which is good. I like the head wrap scarf around her. I kind of wish the waves were a little bit more defined on the wig, but I mean, this is a good look for Lana. I don't ever worry too much about Lana on the runway.
Here's my thing. She should have been in the bottom.
That I agree with. We discussed this before the show started. We will circle back to our thoughts on the challenge, but up next, Hormona Lisa. We talk about Bianca Del Rio winning with not changing for a single thing.
Yeah.
However, I am sick of this fucking silhouette of her.
I know. Show me something else.
This quite literally looks like a copy and paste of what we had for the Monopulence challenge.
I was about to say, we've seen this look before. I thought I had seen this gown before, but I guess not. If she wants to stick with just having pink hair, cool, great, awesome. I mean, Trixie does it all the time. Trixie does not really change her blonde, right?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like stick to what makes you, but it shouldn't come down to a garment. It should be something more identifiable. Like if it's a makeup or like maybe like a color palette, it doesn't have to be the exact same like copy and paste. Because I mean, if we look here, she loves a mermaid tail. Like it's very much the same silhouette. The only difference is that there's not really anything draping. Even down to the wig, it also looks like the same kind of structured hairstyle. So
I think the judges are protecting her.
I can see that. However, I will say in the challenge this week, she was undeniable.
I do too. She reminded me of we'll talk about it, but it was very like Sarah Jesse Raphael, if you watched.
Yeah, I was getting like Anna Gasteyer, like actually from like SNL because she's always on those NPR sketches as well. So I mean, up next we have Sam Starr giving you a showgirl tease, Flamingo.
Here's my thing. If you're gonna do it, do the full kind of bodice, right? If you want to, because have you seen The Last Showgirl, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should go see it. Everyone should go see The Last Showgirl, starring Pamela Anderson. Batista's in it. Brenda Song is in it.
Oh, damn! That sounds like a great cast.
Yeah, great cast. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal movie. There's other people. Carrie Fisher's daughter. Her name is something.
That'll come back to us, but
it'll come back. But she's in it as well. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And the way that she's like kind of in her 20s now, I'm like, she looks like, you know. But anyways,
I'm in my 20s. Oh God, 20s. Oh, so young. Oh. If you know, you know.
But you see like actual showgirls, you see
Mhm.
the costumes that they have, the elaborations of everything. And I get it. This is drag queens. So, you can't go full burlesque, I guess.
I mean,
But
for
I don't
Sam, it's such a miss. It is
it's
such a
such
miss.
a miss
I mean, I
because
don't think the
Billy
corset
Lord
needs to be there.
right. I feel like the corset could have been like cut in half.
Yeah,
Come
like
on.
honestly, like if you're gonna do a showgirl outfit, it needs to be more like nude illusion. Like even if you're
Yeah.
gonna do body, you do the body underneath the nude illusion. Like you have
Mhm.
to have it like stoned out. You want it to have like a nice silhouette. Like it's gonna be more provocative because it's supposed to be. This feels rather conservative for something that's supposed to be gaudy and like sexual.
Exactly. The headpiece is so great. The hair is so fantastic.
It's
The
just the neck
mug,
down that kills me.
right. Same. Because it just looks like mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like it looks like costume. And I want it to be showgirl.
Yeah, no. It was going for Lady of the Night and it's giving Mistress. In parentheses, this is Brooks. Up next, we have Jewel Sparkles. I think this is my favorite look of the week. I mean, I'm sorry. I love a pimp outfit, but the fact that like when she walked out at first, you couldn't tell if it was a gown or and then you see like
Mhm.
the way it turns into the bell bottoms. I'm in love. I'm sorry.
And the story behind the dress, I don't know if it was on Untucked or if it was on the show, but
Mhm.
it's actually a gown that she took to her costume designer and said, "Turn this into this." I love it. It's a fantasy. It's a moment. Even down to the makeup, which I was like, "Ooh," on anything else, it would look a little, lady of the night. Speaking of which, but it works, and I love
It's
it.
my favorite look of the week. I'm sorry. Like I had like a visceral reaction when I saw it. I actually have a video mimicking what my initial reaction was out to the clip.
Beach. Ow!
Yes, yes. Very much that energy. I
It
just,
was fantastic.
and also, dare I say, Jewel Sparkles, low key also could have been considered for the top of the week. I thought in her sketch that she was amazing. I
Mhm.
thought she had good banter with her partner, which we'll get into, but I could have put Jules in place of someone else in the top this week. Yeah. Up next, Crystal Envy, who comes out with this big ass fucking bubble gum and she pops it to start the illusion, and then it's just dripping in gum, which I feel like it works. It works.
I love this was probably my favorite because
Mm.
down to how it's sliming down the
Mhm.
wig, down into the outfit, into like on her arms,
I
like you
love the
could
texture.
see it wrapping on her arms, even down to the shoes. I just wish it were on the tights,
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like the only thing with me, especially with it being that shade of pink, is that it could read one of two ways. It could read Hubba
Pepto
Bubba, which
Bismol.
she obviously sells to you, but it could also read children's amoxicillin with that like fucking fluorescent ass pink, where it's just like, oh god, did someone spill an antibiotic on you, girl?
I mean,
So
apparently this is a sickness.
I mean, it's sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Word.
look for Crystal.
I loved it.
Yes, very good look. Up next, Lexi Love.
This is where it trickles down to the legs, but it
Yes,
should trickle down to the shoes.
I agree. I feel like this was like, and this is not meant to be a read. It kind of gave me what Chanel from the Cheetah Girls would look like if she grew up on the other side of Avenue A. Like if
Not
Chanel from the Cheetah
cheetah
Girls was in Rent.
girls. Not cheetah girls. Oh my god. But this is another fuzzy hat moment for Lexi Love.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the way that she did her makeup though was so good because she
Yes.
really kept like a pink monochromatic mug down to the brows, the lashes. I feel like if the category is tickled pink, her face was tickled pink. I feel like I kind of wish the cut of the leggings wasn't so much like a chap. I feel like it could have been like cool to see, like maybe if it didn't go into the boot, maybe it went over the boot, kind of like where we have a little bit of a flare without it going full on bell bottom, but like
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
yeah.
Would agree.
And also going back to last week, I did end up seeing like better like videos and like pictures of Lexi's look. I take back what I say about it being the worst thing that she's worn. I think it just comes down to the lighting, because seeing like how Utica was constructing it and everything, because Utica Queen actually made her outfit for the quilted runway, which makes total sense. It's just like, okay, it didn't do it justice on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Although I still don't agree with the whole hat covering most of her face thing, but the garment itself, I saw in better lighting and my mind changed. No.
It's just not pink enough for me. You know, they're pink,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's not.
I feel like the cheetah spotting takes away from the pink.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like if it was like maybe lighter spots and like it could work a little bit better. I don't entirely hate it.
I just want to know
just-
why nobody came out with like a Miss Piggy homage.
No one did a Miss Piggy homage. No one did anything Barbie core.
No Barbie. Yeah.
Like no Barbie. No, I mean, not to make Drag Race more self-referential, but I mean nothing. Like not even a Trixie Mattel kind of like poking fun at the bear thing. Considering Trixie did it with Lady Bunny, like no,
Nothing.
It's fine. It's fine. And also, no one did like the singer pink, which I thought was kind of crazy, because that would have been like a fun way to put it. Like, just see like someone like coming around like they look like they're about to be doing like some gymnastics or some shit. I don't know. Up next, Susie 2.
The
My
balls.
Go ahead.
The balls were a choice.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is my exact words when I saw this was she's had it officially.
Oh, it's giving the clown of my nightmares. Like this.
Yeah.
If I was gonna be murdered in a horror movie, this is who I want.
Yeah, it's
to murder me.
Pennywise.
Yeah. Okay, honey.
Yeah, like I feel like she also did talk about like how she was changing up her makeup a little bit for Michelle Visage. So like this is like more of the newer version of the Susie face, which of course goes over great on the judges panel again. But like as polarizing as the clown outfit was, and as someone that actually hates clowns, I thought she looked great.
I do too. I like her body in this. I mean, you can't really tell from this screenshot, but she is like more of a slender frame, but the way that she pads, it gives her kind of that athletic hourglass, if you know what I mean. So I think that kind of fits with the gimmick, so to speak, but I don't know, it's an easy one for Susie too. You know what I mean? Like it's easy.
Susie, if PBS is rebooting the Big Comfy Couch, I hope that you answer your phone.
Oh no.
I mean, I liked it. It's just
I liked it too. I thought that the balls were funny. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But
and you could kind of see one in the back of the stage. Almost looks like the part of like a lollipop that's not the actual stick with like the lining on it. But yeah, no, I mean, all in all, not a bad look for Susie. I feel like Susie's also been turning a leaf with the runways, I think, since the Monopulence challenge. So
I agree.
Up next. I mean, do take balls. Lydia Butthole Collins.
Even if they're dragon.
Yeah, quite literally. And I am not mincing my words when I say this. Came out as a penis.
Came out as a penis. Who has done this? This is incredible. Fine, I'm changing my top to this. I don't care. I don't care that she's in the bottom. I didn't think that she should have been in the bottom. What?
Your top has a penis. Who would have thought?
My top is always a penis. Hello, I'm a bottom here.
Yeah. I mean, well, my thing is just, I don't know why there was such a slit in the middle, because it looked like she was going to do a reveal. And she didn't do a reveal.
I liked the slit because it was kind of, I mean, it gave way for the boots. I get wanting to have like a reveal, which would have been cute. But it is giving androgynous to me because it kind of also read as a beaver, a snatch.
I mean, my thing is just, I don't like conceptually. I kind of wish like it wasn't such like furry texture. Like if you're gonna go all the way, like give us like
Mhm.
something mimicking a vein. Like give us like if you want to play into like the
Oh.
cut or uncut of it all, have it go around the head instead of like the slit down where her legs are.
Mhm.
Like do something like that. Like could you imagine like if she had like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Like say like she had like part of the garment supposed to be like the foreskin, like she opens it and it reveals like the whole head of the outfit.
Now we're
I'm
going
sure that's
full
gonna get clipped.
foreskin
I'm
here.
so sorry, Bobby. Yeah, no, Lydia B. Collins, and the B stands for Briss.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. No, I just who's gone down the runway in a literal penis costume?
A literal penis, I
Oh.
don't know. I think the closest we got was Milk as Workroom Rue in season 8, though.
Oh,
Ah,
love
Lord. Choices. Choices.
choices.
I like that it's knitted on the head. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to say it. And speaking of it takes balls, last we have Acacia Forgot. There's nothing I like about this.
I would like a moment of silence. Because the only person I think, yeah, because I was listening to the pit stop, the only person who can pull off the 80s is one queen, and she's not on this season. So
Yeah, no. I mean, from the looks of just her blush and her contour alone, she definitely looks like she could use some sort of a detox. I mean, just
that was good.
I hate the way that the wig is a mullet. I fucking hate mullets in any context. I hate the fact that one side is like powdery pink and then the other one's
split
like
dye. No,
fucking highlighter. No. The shoulder pads look terrible. It looks like she has one leg right now, the way that this was like captured.
it's giving no taste.
See, here's the thing that gets me. I feel like Acacia does two faces. She does her face on the runway, and then she does her face in challenges that just looks like Nina West.
But Nita West has taste. Compared to this?
I think they're sisters when it comes to taste levels. Talent levels, I'll give the edge to Nina, but you can't tell me that Nina West has taste when you look back at that fucking arts and crafts piece of shit that she made on All Stars 9. I'm sorry. And then the one lip sync outfit she had where it was just like literally like 10 fucking reveals that she wore for a month straight. And then when she finally did it to a song that made no fucking sense for that many reveals, it was terrible. But Nina West has taste.
I mean, at least she makes money. Compared to this?
I mean, you got me there. She was touring Hairspray. I mean, STG. I wish I was getting shot by an STG 44 rather than looking at this.
I just want to know, mullet plus, okay, are those earrings like, is it what is this thing that's choking her, that's taking away her neck? But then like we have like Jafar shoulder pads.
I wasn't getting Jafar. I was getting True Ogre from Tekken 3.
I don't know what Tekken 3 is. Is that
It's a video game. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
look up a picture because you're gonna scream when you see what it's
okay?
reminding
I can't
me
wait
of.
to scream. I can't wait to scream.
Okay, we're gonna no.
It's just out of everyone being tickled pink. You think this business casual garbage is tickled pink?
I think the most offensive part is that she said that she grew up watching Designing Women and that she felt like Julia Sugarbaker, like something of that ilk. No. Like she put this together the night the lights went out in Georgia. Also, this is what I mean by it's
Her
giving me true
lights
ogre
got
from
shot
Tekken tease.
off.
All right. Collins, are you ready for the reveal?
Mm-hmm. What?
Those shoulders.
I am gagged. What? Sorry if you're wearing headphones.
I know it's Tekken Tag 2 True Ogre, but that's not the point, STG. I'm just saying they didn't do much redesigning from Tekken 3 to Tekken Tag 2.
I don't even
The
know.
silhouette is the same.
I don't know. I'm
Beast!
I'm not
I feel like
ready.
Designing Women, I was raising it to a 20. No. It's not even a no gorge.
Why is
If
she
not
not
for
why
the-
is she not gone yet?
If not for the fact that one, her partner did worse than her in the challenge this week, and two, Joella's look was so bad, this would have been
How
a Golden
bad
Boot
was it?
nominee. But I don't think anything's topping the mattress.
Yeah, I don't think any.
Oh wait, yeah,
any-
no, I can show you what Ogre looks like in comparison to True Ogre. So hold on, because you need to see where it came from versus where it went to.
See, this is
because-
why I should just be on stream while somebody else is playing video games because I don't play video games like that. And I would just be screaming. It would just be a 60-minute loop of me screaming.
honestly, like I
the
feel like
entire
even
time.
if you're
So if
not
you
a
would
gamer,
like
the
to see-
commentary alone is worth it. Hold on. let me see.
I would be so mean. I'd be so because sometimes I watch my husband play video games. I'm like, you shouldn't have done that, and he's like, well, you think? I'm like, I don't know.
I mean,
I
backseat
don't
gaming
play
is technically a crime, but I mean, just for comparison's sake.
If it's a crime, arrest me.
Yeah.
Take me in.
So for starters, this is where Ogre starts out.
Okay.
Like chiseled,
The
like
hair.
the hair is
nice.
herring, like the loincloth, and then it turns into this. And then that turns into Acacia Forgot.
This is not Pokemon. There's no evolution.
No, Acacia Forgot was looking for the Iron Fist, and she did not find it. She did not douche for the Iron Fist. A video game playthrough with someone that's not playing. Yes. Tekken has so many characters that you can wait. You know what? One of these days, I will try to come up with like an option to have like video game characters that Collins can toot and boot without knowing any context.
Yeah, I don't want any context. I don't want to know who they are, where they
That
come
should be-
from.
We'll save that for like a Collins on the Rocks or something. Not the
Oh.
Digimon where they go from animal to bipedal to gun holding man. I mean, that is a man. So
Well,
those were the runways for the week, y'all. I mean, Collins, your favorite of the week?
I mean Lydia Butthole Collins with her little penis walking on the stage, dragging them balls. But Jewel Sparkles, I loved her. I loved those pants. I just love those pants so much. And I loved Anya Nerve. Those are my top three.
Jewel Sparkles definitely stole it for me. I mean, I just love like a pimp silhouette. Like there's a reason why like when we talk about like WrestleMania gears that like the one that always stuck out to me on the women's side was when Trish did the pimp outfit for WrestleMania 21 and then she redid it for 39. But yeah, I mean, let's get into the challenge. So we have our RDR live sketches. So we have the Neanderthal Town Hall. So that's going to be with Ariadne, Corey King, Lana Jarre, and Anya Nerve. I feel like the standout for me was Anya Nerve as the mayor. I feel like Corey did fine. It wasn't anything offensive. Ariadne was very much overdoing the whole Neanderthal bit with like the cave woman talk. And then Lana being the homo sapien that they're supposed to be so repulsed and conservative towards. All she did was just bounce. Like, and it
Bounce her
wasn't even that
titties.
much of a bounce.
But here's the thing. So the cave women were supposed to be like cave Karens.
Yeah.
you know, all of them own a Shake and Go Karen wig.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't wear them for this, especially considering the fact that fucking Corey King wore one when she stole Monet's outfit the other week. Like, you have a Shake and Go. Why are you not using it?
Why are you not using it?
What
What
you
they
give it
call them,
Harmona for the confessional?
bus driver wigs.
Mhm. Yeah,
Come
like
on,
Nene Leaks, like circa 2014.
yeah,
Come on.
dust it off. Like, I don't know. This opening sketch, I think that the only person that did a great job were the Pit Stop Men and Anya Nerve.
Yes, so Anya Nerve and Bruno, Shantae, you say no.
Yeah.
I mean, we also get into the actual monologue that Anya Nerve delivers, which I thought went well.
There was no fumbling at all. One take. That bitch knows how to do it. She knows how to host.
Yeah, she hit her beats.
She's gonna
I
be
think
doing that for the next 10 plus years.
my favorite part was that when she was talking about like who she was channeling for the monologue, she said Jennifer Lawrence, which is ironic because there was a Snatch game from season 13 where Simone was playing Jennifer Hudson, and
Mhm.
she was talking about the fact that she mistook Jennifer Lewis for Jennifer Lawrence, and Anya did the same thing. So she definitely meant Jennifer Lewis with the one N. Like, it's just an iconic, unintentional callback to previous Drag Race. But I mean, Anya did really well. So,
So funny.
following that, we have the Queer News Network. We have Lexi Love and Crystal Envy as your weekend update anchors, which I mean, it was fine. It wasn't anything
It's
remarkable.
fine.
I feel like the
But
thing with Weekend Update is unless like you have a really good volley going or like really good jokes written for you, it's just
Mhm.
reading off a prompter and it's not like too much of a bit that you could run. Where they do have
I-
oh go ahead.
Who is your favorite weekend update co-host?
Oh God. I feel like so I grew up in the era of Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler.
Mhm.
So whenever they had a good really segment going on, that was always good. Whenever they had
Really?
my
Really?
favorite was there was a really where they had it was Amy and Seth, and then they had Tina Fey in because they were around like the 2008 election cycle talking about like Hillary Clinton and everything.
Mhm.
Where like bitch is the new black, and then a couple weeks later Tracy Morgan comes in like, well, bitch made me the new black, but black is the new president, bitch. Like that always stuck out to me. I feel like in recent years though, Colin Jost and Michael Che have done phenomenal.
Yeah, it's just a shame that
I
Michael
just miss
Che is
women on the
kinda,
Weekend Update though.
yeah.
I don't know. Where there's chemistry, like I can understand it, but like it would be nice to have a woman's voice on that desk again.
Yeah, that's true. I loved it when it was Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Yeah.
But that's what I grew up on.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has an era of SNL being good and then an era of SNL not being good. So, I mean, some more than others. But the gag for this sketch was that we had Susie Tube coming in as Rhonda, who was like RuPaul's babysitter growing up, who said that she gave RuPaul all her isms over the years, and like relaying it back to like dumb stuff. Like Dirty Money was like her working at a massage parlor.
Yeah.
Like, You Better Work was her talking to her lazy piece of shit husband. Like she taught RuPaul how to drive at 5, so like she was surprised that he started drag racing.
Or the fistful of
Pure Mad
fistful
TV.
of
No.
lotion.
I feel like Mad TV for me, like it was good in doses. I feel like the one thing that always stuck out to me with Mad TV was the Bon Kui Kui character.
Oh, yeah. I think that was
Kawaii.
very translational to
Yeah.
other things in pop culture. But here's my thought. I am an easy laugh, much like RuPaul. This
Mhm.
is where I was losing my shit because everything that Susie 2 was engaging in this, what does she call it? Cigarette mom.
Yeah.
We know that character.
Mhm.
We know that trailer park character, the cigarette mom.
Mhm.
She completely transformed into this character, and that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Was something that would make me laugh. So I'm glad that she was like, that's that's the role I want. I'm gonna do this. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's
And it's a
perfect
role
for
where
her.
you have to be able to laugh at yourself because you're presenting something that's not supposed to be glamorous. It's supposed to be kind of trashy,
Mhm.
but that's where the jokes are.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We also have our Beaverologist podcast. That's going to be with Instar and Hormona Lisa talking about their beavers in fun double entendre ways. And they're joined by Jewel Sparkles, who's Connie, this Australian beaverologist, where her and Hormona Lisa are comparing their beavers, and it makes Sam Star jealous. And they just kind of see them how they all are really just going up and down about their beavers. And then ultimately they sign off with join us next week where we will be talking about pussy willows.
When they
I
were
love the
pulling
NPR
out,
sketches.
when they were pulling out their actual like beavers, not their actual beavers, but
Yeah.
statues of one, I for sure thought someone was going to do a hairless beaver. And what do you know?
Yeah.
That hairless beaver came out, and I was like,
You had a
oh
fat
my
beaver, you had a
God.
bald beaver.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I loved
I
it.
feel like because one of my favorite SNL sketches of all time was when they did the NPR thing with Betty White, as well as I think it was Anna Gasteyer, and I forgot
Hmm.
Molly Shannon, or was it Molly Shannon who was the third one on there? But
I don't remember. I'd have
regardless,
to
they
go
were talking about Betty White's muffin at the time.
back and
And like the
look.
very much like lesbian undertones that they have like throughout the whole thing. It's always so good to have that double entendre.
Mhm.
And I'm glad they went the beaver route because obviously they're trying to be like, no, we're gonna go straight for like sweaty balls. Like, no, like this is what actually should be funny. I feel like this was my favorite sketch of the night.
I agree because all three of them were funny. Even the accents that were accenting.
Sam did not need to change her accent, if we're being real.
No. I thought that she could have, if she was going to be more butch, she should have gone. You
Yeah.
can do dragon, but like as a more butch. I don't like there's drag kings. You could have done something more. So
Do
that
we
was
like
my
Jules's Australian accent?
yeah, I
I liked it.
did. I loved it. Could have been louder, so for some reason it wasn't as loud. But
Yeah, it could have. I mean, ultimately, we will get into that. But last, we have the emergency room sketch. This is your Golden Girls sketch. So we have Acacia Forgot as Trudy, who's like the Blanche character. We have Lydia Butthole Collins as Gert, the Sophia character. And then playing the doctor is our extra special guest judge for the week, Paul W. Downs.
he is so fine. He is fine.
I did not
He's
know he was straight.
yeah, allegedly.
I mean, yeah.
There's a spectrum of things. No,
Yeah,
he's
him and Dylan O'Brien.
it's weird. It's weird. This sketch it could have given more if other people were in it.
I agree. I feel like they had so much potential, they just weren't able to capitalize on it.
Like if you're gonna have like a Blanche style character, this like overtly sexual like undertones, and then revealing your tits, like she could have gone full. I'm just thinking of Trixie Mattel in the back of the van with her nipple out.
Yeah. No, I feel like the thing with Acacia is that it was a safe performance. I feel like it wasn't as offensive as when Elliot with 3Ks tried to do Rube McClanahan for the Snatch game. And yes, I said that name the way it was supposed to be said. Yeah. So I mean,
I didn't even catch that, and now I'm like, oh my God.
yeah. It fits.
It
But
fits.
yes, all in all, for RDR Live, this was perhaps the least offensive lineup we've had. Is it enough to make me want to see another one in another season? Hell
No.
Kill it, burn it with fire.
I mean, even for having like an actual seasoned actor in a sketch, like I don't know, they could have it could have been more. The entire thing could have been more, but you can't make an entire show off of one beaver sketch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I mean, like, they
just
did emphasize, like, how everything's supposed to be one take, like, how it would be,
Mhm.
like, on a true comedy sketch show, which, I mean, pretty much everybody hit their beats to the best of their
Mhm.
abilities, which is fine. It just I don't get any sort of, like, enjoyment out of the half-assed sketch comedy in this case, so, like, I hope next season they bring back a challenge that maybe, like, we actually have been highly demanding, like, even if it's a mini challenge. You know how long it's been since we've had Everybody Loves Puppets? Like, that's a
Oh.
mini challenge. I've been waiting for that to come back for literal years, and it hasn't, and it pisses me off.
Mhm.
I mean,
What?
it
I'm
is what
trying
it
to think when the last time was at.
was it season 10?
10? It's way before the newer.
I
So
think
they
the
were
last
still
one might
on
have been on
logo.
VH1, but, like,
Oh, I was thinking even like just on logo.
I don't know. But, I mean,
Hmm.
we do have our placements for the week, so our top 3 was Anya Nerve, Hormona Lisa, and Susie Toot. Do you agree?
No.
Who would you cycle in and out?
So Susie 2 on your nerve. Yes. I thought Hormona Lisa was really great, but well,
I think for the storyline of the episode, she had to be there, but, I mean, it was
yeah.
also deserving, if you ask me.
Right, it is deserving, yes. But was she
Honestly, I would have
well,
taken Anya out of the top 3, and I would have put Jules there.
that's what I was thinking is putting Jules in instead of Hormona Lisa, but
I
I
think
don't know.
runway-wise, it just edges out Anya enough. Yeah, Anya did double duty, and she did great, but it ultimately also doesn't really affect the outcome of the challenge results either.
That's true. That's fair. But with Susie 2, well, so because Susie wins,
Mhm.
she now has 2.
Yep, she's the
So
first queen to get 2 challenge wins this season.
so Anya's won, Susie's won twice, Lexi's won. Who else has won?
So Lexi won, Samstar won the Monopulence
Samstar.
challenge. We had
Yeah.
Anya who won last week for the bitch I'm a drag queen. And then
Mhm.
the 2 talent shows were Lexi and Susie. So yeah. And then in our bottom 3 this week, we have Samstar, we have Lydia Butthole Collins, and Arietti. Do you agree with the bottoms of the week?
No.
I would rotate Samstar out and I would put Lana Jarre in.
I would have put Lana Jarre in, but I also would put Corey King in.
Honestly, I thought Corey did better than Arietti.
I thought well, here's the thing. I believe that Arietti should have been the bottom. I don't think Lydia should have been in the bottom though.
I disagree. I think she should have. Because if you're going to fight for a role like that and then you kind of do such an underwhelming delivery, and then on top of that, you're also getting tasked with working with the guest judge for the week to really have someone to play off of that's seasoned,
Yeah.
and you still aren't rising to the occasion, I feel like Lydia's placement makes sense. I feel like Ariadne's placement makes sense. But I
But
would
here's the
rotate
thing,
out
Corey
someone for the bottom.
Corey didn't even get the like if Lydia just missed the mark but understood the assignment, that's one thing, but I just don't think that Corey understood the assignment of a Karen.
I feel like the voice and the way she portrayed the character, I feel like it was a little bit better than obviously her scene partner. I
Yeah,
feel
maybe
like
I'm just judging both of them as
well,
just
also the focus
bad.
of that sketch wasn't so much going to be on Corey as it was Lana. Whereas
Mhm.
you had the sketch in the emergency room where like you are supposed to be the main character if you're Sophia, because you're supposed to be playing into the how's your head joke. You're supposed to be like playing into having a gash in your head. Like you're supposed to be like the one that carries the sketch. It shouldn't be your other like characters around
Mhm.
you. So yeah. I mean, it ain't gonna change much anything because we get to our bottom 2 lip sync of the week. It is Ariadne versus Lydia Butthole Collins. And a lip sync that was actually very, very good. They are
I
lip
can't believe that
syncing.
they haven't done this before.
Yeah, Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I was not expecting,
Mhm.
but holy, Lydia turned it out.
She
I
really
could
did.
not stop looking at Lydia this whole lip sync. It was very much like a Willow Pill kind of situation with Bosco.
Well, RuPaul was like sex eyes with with Lydia. Like the moment that she was
thankfully
doing her
Lydia's outfit
gyration,
revealed
I
into
was
like
like,
something a lot more lip syncable, but she was
yeah,
doing it.
it was so
I was
good.
thoroughly impressed.
Mm-hmm.
She knew the words, she had rhythm, everybody was gagged. I mean, Ariadne was
Poor
fighting the best she
Ariadne.
could. She was
Poor
fighting.
Ariadne
It's
with
just-
the they did her dirty. It was giving white girl dancing for
I know,
sure.
that's what Lydia was saying in her confessional. I mean, but ultimately, it is Lydia Butthole Collins who wins the lip sync. She gets to Shantae, she stays, and then we get to the Badonkadunk tank. Is Ariadne feeling lucky? She wipes her tears. She is. We have Michelle Visage seated atop of the dunk tank. Keep in mind, number 7 was the first lever that successfully dunked her. We have Ariadne. She's going lever by lever. Ultimately, she decides on lever number 1, and she sinks Michelle Visage to stay into the competition.
Woo! Now we
Which
be
also-
done.
I would like to point out, also going back to the pit stop, Diabetes, the prophet that you are. It is season 17. The numbers were 1 and 7. She wins $1,000, whether or not Monet Exchange is going to give it to her or not. But I don't know why you didn't see this coming.
Yeah, I just love that on the pit stop that Monet was like, yeah, I said it, and I was like, wait a minute,
Sure, Jan.
no, he didn't.
I thought that Bob was supposed to be the one that gaslights from sibling rivalry, not Monet.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah, but ultimately, much like season 14, nobody goes home tonight. Which, yay. Which is
we
fine
are
and
how many
dandy.
episodes in? How many episodes in? And we'll
This was
say-
episode 5, and we've only lost 2 girls. All I'm gonna say is to make matters worse, next week is the ball. So this
Did
is
we
a
not
design
talk
challenge.
about this last week?
However, it's not just the fact that it's a design challenge. So for those that are new to RuPaul's Drag Race, the ball challenge is where you're going to serve 3 looks on the runway, with one being one that you make in the workroom the day before. That means that next week's episode, Collins and I are going to have to go through 36 total runway looks. We're going to have a slideshow deck with 36 runway looks.
Oh. Why are they doing this to us?
I
thought the chicken was lovely.
just...
Imagine being Lucky Stars and Joella being like, the fuck?
I mean, it's just...
Mhm.
God damn. I don't... 36 looks. 36?
It's too many. But next week, for our guest judges, we do get Hunter Schafer.
And we get Law Roach. Which
That's
I don't know
true.
if we're going to have 2 guest judges next week, or if they're going to cycle in Law like they do T.S. Madison into them.
Mm.
I honestly wish they went back to the whole like 5 people on the judges panel. Just because the fact that I want Law Roach and T.S. Madison there at the same time as a Michelle Visage to like balance out the,
yeah.
you know. And also Law Roach gives phenomenal critiques on the runways. Like they did so good last season. I think they were on All Stars 9 if I remember correctly, or it was season 16, one of the two. And you're talking about someone that's designed for Zendaya, who has not had a bad look in God knows how many years.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm scared from the preview that we saw. Apparently, there might be some sabotage with one of the outfits, which
Good.
if that's the case,
Good.
That might be the first time I've seen like straight up sabotage like for the ball. So I'm scared.
I'm here for it though.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It's just, it's going to be like, whoa. Like, how do we get from there from fucking Kumbaya?
Are we going to see a double sachet?
I don't think we're going to see one next week. I feel like at some point this season, we might get a rematch of that lip sync from episode 2 that should have been a double sachet. And they're going to do exactly what we thought they would do.
Yeah.
And that will be the double sachet.
Good.
Because now there's no
Good.
more saves.
No more saves. No more
So
dunk
the
tape.
lip sync for
Nobody
your
going
life
to.
is quite literally for your life. There's
Yeah.
finality.
No. Do you think that they don't have any more trips to Las
no.
Vegas?
Yeah, nobody's going to Vegas anymore now that the twist is gone. But I mean, we're not going to Vegas, but later tonight we'll virtually be going to Indianapolis, Indiana for the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. I mean, I know we have a pre-show that's getting ready to kick off in just a little bit, but join myself, Bobby Munson, Mark Talks Wrestling, and our extra special guest host, Ella J, later tonight after the Royal Rumble PLE finishes on Peacock or Netflix, wherever you're watching it. And we're going to recap the first premium live event of the year for WWE, which I am fucking excited about because the Royal Rumble is always my favorite. And I've done a very good job this year trying to stay like as out of the loop as possible because I want real reactions. This is like the one time where I never want to know anything because I want surprises to say surprises. But things that don't surprise me is that you're also watching the show on our local establishment. So if you're not already, follow along on the channel. There's shows literally pretty much every or almost every day of the week. We're ranging from wrestling to RuPaul's Drag Race to Marvel to gaming to sports. I mean, chances are if there's something that you are nerdy about, there's going to be like-minded individuals here that are going to talk about it. So make sure you come check out OLE. We have so many great faces. Collins, what is up in your world?
I'm everywhere that there is a show, apparently.
That did not sound like you said show. It sounded like you said chode.
No chodes. No chodes here.
Not even Lydia's on the runway?
I'll take that and by the mouthful anytime. But if you want
Lord
to
have
come...
mercy, I'm about to bust.
If you want to come over to Fightful Overbooked, I'm over there tomorrow for Wrestling Made Me Cry. I'm probably going to cry about all the things that are happening tonight at the Royal Rumble. I'm back here on our local establishment talking about Women's Classic Wrestling on Monday after taking a week off because I was not feeling well. And then I'm back talking about Ring of Honor.
Not every
Thursday.
show can be a happy show.
I know. Talking about I do it because I love it. But I'm talking on Thursdays on our Ramble with I didn't not even mentioning any of my co-hosts. Anyways, if you want to find where I'm going live, _ Queer Auntie on all social media. Be nice to each other.
And I mean, if you're going to commiserate about Ring of Honor, who better to do with than Kyle Sparks, who's like an encyclopedia of Ring of Honor, as well as Melba Collins. I mean, just nobody there surprised me. See, that is fair. That is fair. And then obviously for me, JoseAndTheAir.com has you everywhere. So if you're going to be staying tuned with my triple header, make your way over to twitch.tv/JoseAndTheAir. We'll be live at 5:00 getting ready for our pre-show activities for the Royal Rumble. If you haven't had a chance to go back and watch my guests at this time, it's YouTube at Jose on the Air. I mean, that is always something to do. Who knows what might be going on? There might be some other stuff on another channel coming down the pipeline this year that I don't know what the hell I'm doing yet, but we're laying the foundation. And I mean, in the true spirit of things, y'all make sure that you enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, like it, comment, subscribe, do all the things, because we want to keep bringing it to you every week. We're going to give it to you every time. You know we will. And next week, join us in our commiseration of 36 looks on the runway for RuPaul's Drag Race. But until then, take care. And if you, do I have to do the Drag Race outro? No, I'm not doing the Drag Race outro. Like, you get what you get. Michelle got dunked, and I'm ready to rumble. So I will see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.